Good afternoon, everyone. It's midday. I'm live in Durham, and here we are for another episode of Tea with Richard on today, Friday, the 1st of May. So, welcome to a new month. And with this month, we should have some lovely weather and hopefully a lot more positivity. So, as always, I'm going to pop on the scroll on the bottom of the screen. So this is just to remind you that if you're in County Durham and you do need support, please find on the bottom of the screen you can get all the details, all the contact numbers of those organisations that are able to help during our pandemic. As always on Friday, we're going to start off by looking at the contributions to Your Corner. Now, I've been told for a few weeks that we've had some technical difficulties with Your Corner, and I found out why. And the problem is that only the first 250 megabytes of images were ever being shown in a slideshow. So if the slideshow, for instance, like the NHS one, has more than that amount of images, it just starts looping. So I've put a little bit of code together, and hopefully we should be able to have a full Your Corner slideshow today with images from this week's 3 contributors. We have some baking and some homemade card from Marilyn. We have some more knitting and cake from Nikki, and also a cake from John. So without further ado, here are today's contributions from Your Corner. So I hope that worked. I hope you managed to see all the pictures this time. And it also does help if I start with my microphone turned on rather than turned off. So as always now, it's time to highlight a few things to see, to do, and to think about during the weekend. And I'm firstly going to sort of recap a few things I've mentioned in previous episodes and give you a couple of updates. So firstly, as I mentioned several times before, Chester Zoo is live on their Facebook and on their YouTube channel every hour on a Friday. They've done this for the last 3 weeks. They're doing it again today. So if you would like to meet some of the animals and some of the zookeepers and watch some live footage from Chester Zoo, head over to their social media platforms. Also this week, the National Theatre, I mentioned this on Wednesday, are doing 2 productions of Frankenstein with different actors playing the lead roles. So that's on the National Theatre's YouTube channel. Also, Andrew Lloyd Webber's on the Shows Must Go On channel is premiering the Andrew Lloyd Webber Showcase featuring songs from all of his musicals. That was a concert recently took place at the Royal Albert Hall. That is available tonight, 24 hours, on The Shows Must Go On YouTube channel. A few days ago, I mentioned some activities that could be done at home to support students. And these were mainly aimed at higher age groups and the secondary age groups. And I was also been told that the Institute of Physics have an iop.org/at-home program of little activities that you could do aimed at primary school kids to get them interested and inspired by the world of physics. So if you want to view those and partake in those, head over to the Institute of Physics website on iop.org/at-home. Another thing that we can be doing at the moment is looking out of our windows, because there's been a lot of nature around. And because there's less people around, the natural world is coming much, much closer to us. I was sent a video earlier this week by somebody called Kevin, who spotted a very unusual sight on the main road, the A690, heading into Durham. I've hopefully managed to put a snapshot of that video in. Bear in mind, it's quite quick. You're looking at what happens in front of the white van. I'll show it to you quickly. Look out for the white van and what runs in front of it. Hope you can see it there. I know it's quite a quick video, but I'll be able to show it again because there is a wild deer running through the centre of Durham here. And let's see if we can see that again very quickly. Here we go. There it comes in front of the white van and down to the houses just in the middle of the screen. That was a shot from someone's dashcam footage. And it is, at the moment, a really good time to be spotting wildlife. I spotted a lot of birds that I don't usually see. When the NHS round of applause was happening last night, I saw a heron fly over, which was certainly a spectacular sight. And there is a heck of a lot of nature out at the moment. So if you do have a window, just look outside and see what you can see, because you might be surprised that some animals that you don't normally associate with your garden turn up and say hello. So that's the end, really, of the things to see and do at the moment. And as always, at this point in the video, we head over to our regular reflection time. And in reflection time, we stop and take a breath, and we just try and think positively about ourselves and the situation we're in, and try and improve our mental health by either practicing mindfulness or thinking positively. And today is no different. Today, whilst we're sitting and thinking, I want us to think about what really matters to you and why. Now, this is obviously something that's incredibly personal. I'm not asking people to share this. It's something to sit down and think of what's really important and why. And if there's somebody who's important to you that perhaps you haven't spoken to recently, maybe pick up the phone and give them a ring. Say hello, tell them you're thinking of them, and make sure that they're okay as well. Because if we're all in this together, and if we, make sure and communicate with each other, I'm sure things will be a lot easier for everybody. So if it's not a person, it's a thing, again, just sit down and reflect for a moment on what is important to you and why. And that is today's reflection time. And rather oddly, I've put a small bit of reflection in a things to see and do. So I've got one more of these to mention. And this is a video that was shared on social media last night by its creator, CGP Grey. Those of you who follow his channel know that his videos are very well thought out and insightful. And I found that his video published yesterday called Lockdown Productivity Spaceship U was a very innovative and well explained way of dealing with some of the issues that people are experiencing at the moment during lockdown. It is quite a long video, it's 8.5 minutes long. But if you actually are interested in this, I would really suggest going and watching it. It's CGP Grey, it's on his YouTube channel. It's called Lockdown Productivity Spaceship U. I'm not going to say any more about the video because I really suggest you should go and watch it. But I think it's a very positive, very good way of thinking about life during lockdown. Because we know that this lockdown situation isn't going to end soon. Yes, people are thinking about what happens on the other side, but we've still got to get through the next few weeks being in lockdown. And I think CGP Gray's video is very helpful to do that. Finally, today, you may remember that at the end of the last episode, I tried to show you some of the NHS windows on one of the streets near here. And due to the data buffering problem I mentioned earlier, I wasn't able to show you the full collection. I'm going to finish today's episode by showing you the remaining windows that I didn't give you a chance to see last time. And once again, it's fantastic seeing these rainbows when you're on your walk. But if you haven't put a rainbow up, why not do so now? It's not too late. People are still doing exercise and it definitely makes people smile. So here are the remaining rainbow windows from yesterday's walk. I hope that you all enjoyed seeing those rainbow windows, and I hope they made you smile as much as they do when I walk past there and see them on my daily exercise. So that brings today's episode of Tea with Richard to an end. As always, if you want to get in touch with me and send some contributions to your corner, please don't hesitate to email me. The email address is on the bottom of the screen here, tea@mallard-days.com. Or you can see the archive of all the past episodes online by visiting mallard-days.com/tea. If you haven't done so already, please remember there is a subscribe button below this video. Click that and click the bell next to it if you would like to receive an email update of whenever I go live this week. And if you're watching on the website, click my head in the top corner and you can do that as well. People seem to like the video I put out on Wednesday. with the walk, and I got had some really positive feedback. So thank you for that. So I'm hoping that I might be able to do another walking with Richard on a different route, perhaps sometime in the future. So as always, our videos are on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and therefore have an excellent weekend. I will see you again, or you will see me at least, on Monday. And as always, once you've finished your cup of tea, please do remember to wash your hands. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll speak to you again on Monday. Bye, everyone.